Hey, what's going on, people? It's Ted Carr here, and today I am on day 3 of a water fast, and I'm going to tell you all about it, why I did it, what I've experienced, and what my intentions are for the future. But before I get into that, I just want to let you know that our friends at leafysouls.com are giving away a free hoodie, any free hoodie you want on the site, or any free t-shirt you want on the site, any free apparel that you want on the whole site, absolutely for free, giving it away. All you gotta do is enter your information in the link in the description and you'll be entered to win. The draw is gonna happen sometime in October, so head on over there if you wanna win some free merch. If you don't wanna wait till the draw, you can use the code TEDCAR to save 10% on all your orders. Now let's get into the water fast story. I wanna do a 40-day water fast someday. And I think it's smart to ease into that first by doing a few shorter fasts just to get a handle on it, get some practice, get some training under my belt. And the reason I want to do a 40-day fast is because I want to experience what that is like. I think it's a really cool thing to experience. I think that would be a really cool thing to experience, a 40-day fast. And I'm of the belief that it's not unhealthy to do that, but I know some people are under that impression that it's very unhealthy to go without food or any sort of nutrients for that long, but I think it's totally fine because I know dozens and dozens of people who've done it. So this 3-day water fast began 3 days ago. Today is day 3. I think I'm gonna break it at 4 p.m. because I started the fast at 4 p.m. 3 days ago. So today, I haven't eaten anything. Yesterday, I didn't eat anything. And the day before, I didn't eat anything at all. I've just consumed water and small amounts of chaga tea. Chaga tea has no calories. It's just boiled chaga and you're left with some water. So I just drank that and a bunch of water. Sleep has been all right. My productivity has been all right. My mood has been all right. My energy levels have been all right. And I think a lot of people think that you're going to get really hungry when you don't eat. But I think that's the case as well when you're used to eating cooked food. When you're used to eating raw food, you don't really get hungry because raw food is mostly water anyway. So you're mostly just consuming a lot of diluted nutrients. And you're just peeing it out, peeing it out, peeing it out. So instead of your stomach filling up with this brick of food, it's more like your bladder's filling up with all the water from the raw food. And I noticed, when I used to eat cooked food, my poops were much bigger. Like my poops would fill up the friggin' toilet because I eat so much. And now when I'm eating raw food, my poops are quite small. Because again, you're peeing out most of what you're eating when you're eating a raw food diet. And I think that's the reason why when people eat cooked food and they go and do a water fast, they feel hungry because they don't have that heaviness in their system. But when you're used to eating fully raw, mostly fruit-based diet, then your bladder is the thing that's usually full. So that's interesting to note. The other thing that's really interesting to note is people told me this a bunch, and I heard them and I kind of understood them, but I didn't really ever get to experience it for myself. And that is, when you're not eating, you have so much free time. So much more free time. And I don't know if that's because you're not spending any time in the kitchen whatsoever. All your time is spent instead like on the computer getting work done or doing other things that you would be doing when you're not eating. Like when I heard that, when other people told me that, hey, you're not gonna waste any time eating, I was thinking like, I don't spend that much time eating anyway. Eating fruit is quite simple. You just grab it and eat it and done. You don't need to prepare anything. So you'll definitely save a lot of time if you're not eating cooked food, because with that you have to cook it up and boil it and wait for it to cool down and all that stuff and clean up afterwards. Sure, you'll save a lot of time there, but even if you're eating raw food though, if all you do is make smoothies, that's like the furthest thing you go. It's as complicated as you get. You just make smoothies. You'll still save a ton of time because you're not spending any energy like consuming. It's just purely like, I mean, you are drinking some water every now and then, but super minimal. Yeah, it's just interesting how much more consistency the day has. You're not having these breaks of eating. And with one meal a day, that helps a lot as well. Normally I eat between 12 and 4 p.m. And prior to 12, I'm very productive. And then, after 4 p.m., I feel like I got a clean slate again. Don't need to eat again until 12 again the next day. So already saving some time there. What I've noticed for myself on this 3-day water fast experiment, this 3-day water fast training that I'm under right now, is that I really feel my heart rate. Like if I just intentionally try and feel my heart rate, I feel it quite strongly. And it's especially true like as soon as I lay down or as soon as I stand up. I feel like the, and I'm not sure if my heart rate's higher than usual, but I definitely feel it pounding stronger. And I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe because no blood is in my stomach whatsoever, like digesting any food, so instead it's all in my heart, so I feel that much more strongly. I was in a float tank last night, and normally when I'm floating, all I hear is my breath. I hear that. But last night I was floating and I heard my heart rate. It was like, it's crazy. And it's actually really nice because I can combine that heart rate, that auditory sound of the heart rate with my breathing. So I can, instead of inhaling for like 4 seconds and exhaling for 6 seconds, which I like to do, I'm doing some calming breath work. Now I can inhale for like 4 heartbeats, like, and exhale for 6. So that's pretty cool. And what people don't realize often too is that when you inhale, your heart rate actually increases, like in pace, in rhythm. And when you exhale, it slows down, which is why it's important to make your exhales longer than your inhales. So inhale 4 seconds, exhale 6 seconds, or even inhale 3 seconds, exhale 6 seconds. You get a lot more of that calming effect. Another thing I've noticed is when I do stand up, like I said, I feel my heart rate more, but then I also feel quite lightheaded and sometimes dizzy. So it's important to stand up quite slowly rather than just getting up and going, and feeling that lightheadedness. It's important to really take it easy when you're on a water fast. And the other thing I've noticed is that I feel like I want to conserve energy. I don't want to move. I'd rather just sit here for many hours than get up and go do a bunch of different things, which is really interesting because usually like it's easy to get distracted, like get up and want to walk around and just pace back and forth and just like, I don't know, burn up some energy. But when you're fasting, you want to conserve. I feel like I want to conserve as many calories as possible. So I don't want to go for a walk. I don't want to move around and do any pull-ups or push-ups like I normally do. I don't even really want to change positions much, like when I go to scratch something, I'm like, oh, I'm moving. I just moved. So that's really interesting. A really, really cool part about this, part that I love most, this is my favorite part about water fasting, is that everything feels very peaceful. I look outside and instead of seeing like this, and not that I normally see it like this, but like instead of seeing just like this city in this like hostile environment, and all these people who are just like part of the mainstream and all that stuff, I don't see any negativity when I look outside now. It's just very peaceful. Like I'm very happy for everyone. It's really interesting. And normally, it's easy to feel this way when you're on a drug of some sort, or you're just in that sort of space temporarily. But for the past 3 days, like every time I looked outside, I've just been like really appreciative of everything. Trees, the cars, the air, the people walking, the restaurants, even like the technology, like the lights, like the green lights, the red lights, the yellow lights, it's all really cool. And another thing I've noticed too is like, I don't really want to listen to music. Because normally when I listen to music, it's like to just put myself in a certain vibe, you know? But I'm already in a dope vibe. I'm in a really peaceful vibe. So now what I find myself wanting to do more is just listen to people. So I put on some podcasts, or I put on some interviews, or just put on people on YouTube, just random people talking on YouTube. People who I'd normally never listen to. And I find I can sit and listen to them for very long periods of time. So I guess it's like, instead of needing to change my state with music, I can just consume information through people speaking. So that's pretty cool. Three misconceptions I think a lot of people have about fasting is, number one, they're going to be very hungry. And like I already said, like you're probably going to be hungry the first 3 days if you've been eating cooked food. But for me, being a raw foodist, being someone who does 1 meal a day anyway, eating that 4-hour eating window, I never felt hungry. So that myth is like totally gone. I was afraid that I might feel hungry during a water fast, and people tell you, you're not going to feel hungry, you're not going to feel hungry, don't worry. But again, until I experienced it, I didn't really know that. So no hunger, that's cool. The other one is that I sleep fine. I sleep great. And I know a lot of people said that, you're not going to be sleeping that well. The first day I drank like so much water, and I was up like 4 times throughout the middle of the night to go pee. And then last night, I just purposely didn't drink any water after 4 p.m. Went and had the float at 7. It's a great idea to not drink or eat anything before you go floating for at least 3 to 4 hours. And then after I floated, I came home and I just went to bed. And I slept solidly throughout the whole night. And then only once I woke up, maybe around 6 or 7 a.m., I went to go pee again. So that was a way better idea, not to drink so much right before bed. And then that's another misconception. People say you don't sleep that well. I slept fine, and Sarah, my girlfriend, who did a 23-day water fast earlier in the year, just actually a month ago, she slept fine as well. She did amazing on a 23-day fast, man. So inspiring. She did amazing. She handled it like a professional. She was really good. She did I was thinking about this. Sarah did a backflip off my dock at my cabin. She did a backflip on like day 21 or day 22 of her fast. Backflip into the water, which she had learned the year prior at the Woodstock Fruit Fest when we met. She did a backflip on day 21 of her water fast. That's really cool. The other thing she was doing is yoga. She's doing yoga almost every day, which is pretty crazy. But it's just her style. She loves it. The other thing, though, I think I was concerned about maybe is that I might not be able to handle things emotionally. Like I might find myself being irritated or frustrated really easily. But like I said, like all I feel is peace. I feel a lot of appreciation and peace right now. And it's a really cool emotion to feel. And it's quite simple to activate it. I just don't eat for 3 days. But I do want to get back into lifting. I do want to get back into the gym. I do want to get back into some running. And to do that, I'm going to need to eat. So today, I think, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do this, but today I think it might be tomorrow. I might push it one more day. I might go to tomorrow. But today at around 4 p.m., I might break the fast. And when I do, I have a whole frickin' fridge full of apples. Organic local apples that are really, really good. So if I do break the fast, I might break it on a bunch of apples, or at least an apple. Or I might try something absolutely crazy, which y'all might think I'm insane for even mentioning or even trying, but I might try to do it on an avocado. I might try and break the fast on an avocado, or something of that nature, something a bit higher fat, just so I can stay in a ketogenic state. I want to give keto an honest go, just so I can speak from experience to say what it's like as a raw vegan doing keto on 1 meal a day. And I think doing a 3-day water fast to set me up for that is a great way to set up, because I'm already in that ketosis state, and by eating fat, I won't really take myself out of ketosis. So that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure what I'll do yet. I'm going to get on the phone with a few people and talk with them about it, see what they got to say. But that's where I'm at now. And I'm glad you all listened. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, if you want to get some merch, get some free merch, potentially win some free merch, click the link in the description, or just head over to leafysouls.com and use the code TEDCAR to save 10%. All right, peace out, much love. I'll see y'all at the Canada Fruit Fest, August 9th to the 12th, 2019. Peace, much love.
Something that I notice about the people at this festival in particular is that everybody is very open-minded.
Everyone is really loving and caring. I can feel their good hearts. Everyone is very welcoming and everyone is so eager to learn and become a better version of themselves.
Yeah, I've met so many new people at this festival. There's so many cool people from all over the world. I know a lot of people I'm going to stay in contact with after the fruit festival.
Really it's all about the people coming together and just enjoying fruit, life and everything beautiful that comes with that.